In early fall 1864. Now you'll remember the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863, authorizing the recruitment of black soldiers. The 54th Massachusetts, which we'll talk about tomorrow, the famous first Northern Black Regiment, was created in Massachusetts, obviously. The 54th Massachusetts, though, was a national regiment. I'll talk more about that tomorrow. The men came from all over the northern states and from the south. Some were former slaves, most were free, and there were even 2 or 3 members of the 54th who were from Bermuda. So they were a true national regiment. This was entirely from Connecticut. Black men from all these towns. And actually, you know how big some of these towns are. It's astonishing. I don't know what the percentages are, but it'll be a cool project for a student. I mean, what percentage of the black males in that town ended up in this regiment? It'd be a lot. A large number. Anyway, they were mustered here in what is now Fairhaven. I don't know, was it called Fairhaven then, probably?
Yeah.
It was called Fairhaven then. Right across the Mill River, which is that river there. At that point, the harbor, well, the Mill River spilled right into New Haven Harbor. Obviously, that bridge would not have been there. And they loaded onto boats here in March, early March of 1864, to go off to first South Carolina and then eventually to Virginia. And this regiment, it shows on this side, I believe, it has all the engagements they engaged in. They were part of the siege of Petersburg, if you know your Civil War military history at all. And they were part of the very first troops that entered Richmond when Richmond was evacuated in the first week of April, 1865. And they were part of that large crowd of Union soldiers who were there when Lincoln came to visit the city. So they lost, I have the numbers here. I tried to memorize this earlier, but I can't memorize anything anymore. They lost, they lost 45 officers and enlisted men who were killed or wounded in battle or in some kind of combat. And typical of Civil War units, they lost 152 men to disease. The ratio of disease to combat was usually at least 2 or 3 to 1. This regiment had just about exactly 3 to 1. In fact, even more than 3 to 1. So, what we have here is this one of 2 Connecticut Black Regiments organized in 1864. Actually late 63, early 64. Now, I'd always heard this. Michelle and our wonderful Rye, our staff at the center, cased this out. I'd always heard, Douglas gave this speech to this Black Regiment in New Haven, or some haven, and I was skeptical. Everyone's always claiming, oh, Douglas must have spoken there. Douglas spoke there, he slept there, he ate there, or whatever. But sure enough, as you now see in front of you from this newspaper, he did. We're told he spoke from a balcony out here near this spot of the quarters, some house that the officers were quartered in. Now, I'm sure he did. But in the speech he gives, you have right there, you at least have an excerpt of it. And I think it'd be worth, actually, I can read part of it out loud, and maybe one of you wants to pick it up in the middle or something. Right, maybe you.
All right.
Yeah, you found it, right?
All right.
This is Rye, y'all. Freshman student at Yale. Still deciding on her major.
Okay. Let's see here. Where's she? I got it in a different version. Hold on.
Rye Williams, by
Here
the
we
way.
are. All right. Now, and I'll confess something here. Smarty pants that I thought I was. When I heard, okay, Douglas did speak here, we're going to get a part of the text to speak. I said, well, he has to have given the Mission of the War speech. You guys have read that. Because that's the speech he took on the road that winter. He's given Mission of the War speech all over the country, all over the North. But he addressed them here about who they are. Just follows. You are pioneers of the liberty of your race. The United States cap on your head, the United States eagle on your belt, the United States musket on your shoulder. Not all the powers of darkness can prevent you from becoming American citizens. Soldiering equals citizenship. And not for yourselves alone, you are marshaled. You are pioneers. You are pioneers on you. On you depends the destiny of 4 millions of the colored race of this country. If you rise and flourish, we shall rise and flourish. Here again, Douglas's cadence, the repetition. It's the typical Douglas. If you win freedom and citizenship, we share your freedom and citizenship. There is a difference between natural equality and actual equality, between theoretical equality and practical equality. Naturally, we may be equal to the white man. In fact, we are not equal to the white man. The white man is superior in knowledge and skill. You take it.
Who spans yonder stream with a firm bridge? The white man. Who plans and builds yonder ships to balance perfectly in the water and stand the storms of the ocean? The white man. Who makes your caps? The whites. Who your coats? The whites. Who your guns and bayonets? The whites. We have not the knowledge and the skill of the whites. We have not had the advantages which they have had. But we are capable of learning whatever they know. Whatever they have done, we can do. But this is yet to be done. Let us acquire knowledge from all sides. Let us resolve to know and do as much as the white man.
Go ahead, you're doing fine.
Some of you complain that you are not commanded by white. Some of you complain that you are commanded by white officers. I should like to see you commanded by black officers, but the color makes little difference. Now, I am, on the whole, glad that you are at first to be commanded by white officers, because I want you to be led by the very best officers. You would not yet have so much confidence in the colored officers as you have in a white officer. I should not. We have not had the opportunities to learn. Be content, therefore, for the present, and learn. Obey orders. Be cleanly. Guard your morals. Take care of your health. Do your duty always at any cost, without a murmur. The future is yours.
Oh, that's a stern. Amen. That's a stern speech, though, isn't it? Yeah. All right, you guys, obey, even if you don't like it. You're soldiers, you know. There's also a certain guard your morals. Yeah. He's got 2 sons off in the army right now. It's as though Douglas is kicking in here as civilian drill sergeant.
Are there whites observing the speech also?
I think white officers would.
Yeah, I think definitely wants to reassure them.
Surely there would have been whites in the audience. But you may note, if you look on the monuments, all of the commanding officers are white officers in black regiments. The colonels, the lieutenant colonels, they would have all been white officers. In fact, the story I read, well, some of the stuff that Rye dug up for us, said that this regiment would have been mustered and disembarked even earlier, but they couldn't find enough white officers.
Right. I'm sure not all of them supported what was happening. They might not have even supported.
Well, they were always being recruited out of other units.
Other units. Okay.
And a lot of black regiments were being formed now, all over the north.
From all over the northern states.
USCT has been formed all over the place, and so they could have been sent out as early as January, February of '64. They weren't sent in March. Enough officers.
Just think about the audience.
Yeah. Other thoughts on that speech? You might want to go back and read it for yourself. Yeah.
Somebody might have said this or whatever, but it sounded like fatherly advice.
Yeah.
It's almost exactly what my dad said to my brother before he went off to Desert Storm. You know, sort of guard your morals, listen to your commanding officers. So it has a very fatherly tone to it.
Come on over here. Say it again. A fatherly sort of speech.
Yeah, it had a fatherly tone to it. It's like what my dad said to my brother before he went off to Desert Storm. Almost exactly. You guard your morals, listen to your officers.
Yeah.
So
and
trying to listen.
Forget about what you don't like right now. You're in the army.
Yeah.
It's too bad. Yeah, I wish you had black officers too, but suck it up. You know, it's
tough love.
Yes.
So it kind of reminds me of Booker T. Washington's speech.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, he's kind of telling the blacks to like calm down and right now get yourself together so that we can sort of prove ourselves.
Go prove yourself, yeah.
In a sense, and so this is a little surprising because I didn't know he spoke like this, and so.
Whether you read the post-war speech.
Yeah, it has that same Booker T vibe.
Which you like or don't? Does it hit you the wrong way? Because it hits me the wrong way.
It hit me.
You don't want him to be Booker T, right?
Right, exactly.
Well, I love Booker T.
But it got to place in the
I think
context.
It's smart, but my students were very upset with Booker T.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Reading his work. Yes. And so to show them this of their beloved Frederick Douglass, I think that would be a great piece to compare and try to get to the root of why they said what was like.
And he's already doing it here. But after the war, among the many themes of his speeches is self-reliance, self-reliance, self-reliance. And there are segments of post-war speeches that could be right out of Booker T. Washington.
Right.
No question. And stay where you are. Put down. He doesn't say put down your buckets. But it begins here with this sort of.
And they were both former slaves, so kind of see their brainwave.
He never becomes the accommodationist.
Right.
He never, ever, ever supported segregation.
What I appreciate about honesty, because if you stop after the third paragraph, it says the white man is superior. Who built this? It's the white man, the white man, the white man. It's a different tone from the geography book that we read yesterday, that excerpt. And I thought, but the thing is that if you stay long enough, you see it was only because we have to learn it.
Right.
Not because we're dumb, we don't know how, we have not had the opportunity. So it kind of gives you hope. It's like, oh, I'm not dumb. I'm given the opportunity. I will be able to do this.
He's saying golden.
Yeah, he's saying this is the reality, but this is not the reality. Is not.
See, I disagree with that. I would say, respectfully, I think that he's saying those words specifically to calm down the white officers who may be ambivalent about having to be assigned to all black troops, because this was not a popular assignment for many of those officers. I'm sure some of them have been ordered to be in charge of those black troops. So, in a sense, he's got to. I may be wrong, totally wrong.
Well,
it's
no,
just
I'm not arguing the fact that they need to obey orders, but it's the fact that he's saying they did this.
But that's very strong language to say they are superior, and to me, that's anti-Douglas in his other speeches. But to say superior at that point, that's very strong language from Douglas.
Superiority out of experience, not.
Yeah, but still the word is being used.
They're like in rank.
Douglas knows about word choice. It's the audience.
Yeah. That's superior, like superior officer. I hear you, totally.
There's a part of the audience that wants to hear that in order to take the job.
Oh yeah, that's right. That is.
Oh, good.
Just imagine the football coach, the quarterback. He's getting them riled up and ready to go out there.
Yeah, do you remember the Denzel Washington character from 54th?
Yeah.
If he hears the word superior, he's quitting.
But don't take your head out of the movies. We're talking about. But then Morgan Freeman would tell them.
Well, but at that point, Morgan Freeman did not have the paternal control over him. He was still wild and crazy.
Hey, actually, Tyler just asked a good question. Were the black troops conscripted or were they all volunteer? All volunteer.
They were volunteers.
There is nobody drafted here. Nobody drafted, and all joined within 2 months of the abolition.
Did this
Whatever they were doing in these Connecticut. Think about that. Yes. No.
Yeah, probably both, right?
No USCT were drafted. They could not pay the bounty to get out if you could find somebody to serve for you.